Come on, Serge, it's only a game. Have a word, mate, will you? Right, this week's news, we're going to get back inside and try some new clubs out. Come on, Sergio. So you probably did watch the golf over the weekend, and sure enough, Sergio had a little bit of a meltdown. He's been penalised for it, and you know what, it happens to everybody, so we won't make too much of a deal of it. But on the flip side, Ricky Fowler could have had a meltdown. Probably one of the worst bits of luck we've seen. Placed his ball after a drop in the hazard, walked off to have a little look at the pin, went back to it, and it has rolled into the hazard, so 2-shot penalty. But congratulations for holding it together. Well done, Ricky. Whilst I'm chatting, I've just been building the new Callaway Apex iron. I'm going to hit a few shots with this shortly, and I'm going to put it up against TALORMADE's M5 iron. Both after a similar kind of market, powerful but good looking clubs, but are they? That's the question. And I'm going to have a few shots with them in a minute or two, and also give you a nice little tip about how you might release or interpret releasing the club head through impact. So make sure you keep watching. Before that, one of our members, Lindsay Robinson, is going to pop in here. I'm going to go through a bit of a quick fitting with him. He's looking to get a few more yards without spending big bucks. And do you really need to spend £500 on a new driver where there's plenty of technology out there that you can still provide the right launch and spin characteristics? So let's have a little look at that, shall we? Right, okay, so I've got Lindsay Robinson here with me. We're going to go through a little fitting. Lindsay's looking for a few more yards without spending silly money. I know a lot of clubs currently are under £400 and £500 price point, and this man is a sensible golfer.
I'm trying to be.
Trying to be sensible, and we want to have a little look. He's been trying a G400 LS Tech driver out. His son's told him it's wrong for him, and we're going to put it up against the TailorMade M6 and a few of the other current drivers, and certainly the Cobra as well. Certainly, you've found on the golf course that that's sneaky long, isn't it?
Suddenly, yeah.
And I think we're going to find quite a low spinning driver here for you. So let's hit a few shots with it, and we'll see what happens. Okay?
Okay. I'm there, Dan.
You're there. Good hit. One was. Oh yeah, you did that alright. See, these are the couple of sneaky long ones you get.
Yeah.
That's going 220 in the air. Do you want to tell your James how well that's gone?
No.
James Robinson, if you're watching this, he's just hit that 250 with the driver you told him he can't hit.
Not bad for an old man way, really.
You want that one to go a long way. That's the Cobra, 10.5 reg, the new F9. Now, what we're looking for is a few yards without spending a lot of money. That's the key, really, isn't it? We found the Ping G LS Tech, G400 LS Tech. Give us a hard to beat, 1900 spin.
Yeah.
The G Max, the G400 Max, too much spin. Lost about 20 yards. Let's see what this will do. How does this Cobra F9 perform?
I mean, I love the look of this. This is.
Okay, you like the look of it. You'll like the feel of it. It feels great.
Yeah.
But it's all about what it does. Thump. That's a good hit.
That was a good hit.
Yeah, but let's have a little look at that spin number again. It's not carried anywhere near as far as that Ping LS Tech. It's weak, isn't it?
It's gone nowhere.
It's gone nowhere.
What's
Do
going
you
on?
like the look of it though? If it looks that good, but you're happy to lose 25 yards. That was a better hit, wasn't it? You'd be happy with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What?
What?
Where's he gone?
Nowhere. It's not gone 200 yards. 203. Let's get that.
How can that be?
Because of the spin, just remember.
Is it? How much spin is that now?
4,000.
Oh.
So you were spinning the Ping LS Tech right down at 1900. This is important, this is. A lot of people don't get this.
Yeah.
New tech, looks great, feels great. In your hands though, it's spinning too much.
It's not working. And this is more or less what I used to hit.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, look at that, what a good shot.
I've never missed a fairway with my 917, it went nowhere.
Yeah, right, let's get that ping back out. Yeah. That's a good hit.
That's a good hit.
Just look at that. See, it's flying past the last one.
Still in the air when he
Yeah,
went
look
past.
at that. Straight away. This is easy, isn't it? And look at the spin number. This is the big thing for us here, Lindsay.
Is that a draw? Oh,
no, it's a fade. That's how you little cut across fade, but it's a long fade. So club speed 93. That's not bad for an old one, is it?
Is it not?
No, spin 2-3. So you've brought the spin right back down again. Well, that club has. Right, so we're finding that you spin the ball quite a lot.
Yeah.
You come a little bit out to in, and the blade's a bit open, and it's a little fade. The LS Tech ping in the G400, that is the one that's dropped the spin down the most and giving you the most yardage. About 25 yards on everyone else.
Yeah.
That's one way to drop spin. We could spend a bit of time on your swing, getting you from the inside, hitting on the up a little bit more.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing golf?
40 years.
40 years. It's a bit of a shift, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And personally, yes, by all means, understanding getting your club in a better position, but surely it's easier to go with something that's going to help you than make a shift to your swing, a big change to your swing at 40 years in.
This is obviously going better.
Yeah.
For me, isn't it?
Say that a bit louder.
No, somebody I know very well says it's no good for you, but...
Your son?
Yeah, RJ.
What's he know?
What's he know?
So good. For that staying in the air a lot longer, isn't it?
That's
220 in the air, 240.
That's carrying past them other ones, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've gone through quite a few different things there, and you can just see that last shot. 240 something yards, and the previous, well, with the other clubs we struggled to get 220. The M6 came quite close, didn't it?
Yeah, when I really...
You got older.
My best one, but these, even when they're not my best ones, these are carrying further.
They're carrying further, they're going further, and it's all about that spin and launch, isn't it? So you don't have to spend £400 or £500 on a new driver to get the numbers. £1 per yard,
that one. That's
miles better, isn't it? I think the other's working about 50p a yard. That's worth, no, what's that? What's my maths here?
This is about...
That's 200 quid, it's going 230 yards.
Yeah.
Right, so what's that? £1.20 a yard.
Yeah.
The other's £400 and going about 200 yards, that's £2 a yard. So 120 a yard versus £200 a yard. What do you think?
I think this is lovely.
Alright.
When you play into the wind, which yours are,
Yeah, it's windy all the time, isn't it?
So downwind, I can get it higher if I want to.
Yeah, good. But into the wind, that comes into its own.
Yeah.
It goes in further. So it'll go 30 yards further, 40 yards further into it. Come on, give me one more whack. Good stuff, well done, thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
£1.20 a yard versus £2 a yard. Yeah. That's a good hit.
That's a good hit.
Just look at that. See, it's flying past the last one. Okay, so now it's time for me to hit a few shots. Let's lose the jacket. So we're going to hit a few shots first of all with TALORMADE's M5. Now this again has a speed bridge in it, so it looks a lot nicer, a lot cleaner behind the ball than maybe the M6. I think the M6 looks a bit chunky in my behalf. Nice finish to it, stiff shaft, and we're going to put it up against shortly the Apex, the new Callaway Apex head, again stiff shaft. This isn't the Pro, this is the standard forged model. So this is my very first hit with these clubs. Like I say, looks great. See how it performs. That felt good. That does, again, similar to the M6 and feels very hot off the club face. The only question we've got about things like this is how's the spin? Is it going to drop and stop, or is it going to release a little bit? That's finished out at 175, and that was not a bad swing. So we know the M6 carried a little bit further and ran out a bit further. But first impressions, pretty good. Yeah, good again. Okay, I'll take both of those two hits, carrying similar kind of distance. That speed bridge, the M5, it looks good. The speed bridge certainly seems to help and does the job. Again, 176, pretty consistent, and it's only 2 hits. But let's switch over to the Callaway. Again, another nice looking club. Both these clubs are aimed at the same market. Forgiveness, looks, feel. I'm guessing as a forged head this is going to feel a bit better certainly than the M5. Will it perform as well? 176 to beat. Yeah, not bad. Seems to be coming out the sky a little bit sooner. Possibly less forgiving. It wasn't the best of strikes, it's gone at 161. Let's see if we can get a nice strike. Yeah, that was a good hit. Well, that's gone. So 176 to beat. Ooh. 187. That Apex forged, it's forged, looks good, and that is powerful. I'm gonna have to give this one more. That was a little bit maybe overdrawn. Again, this is something that we have to look at for consistency. If you're going to try any of these clubs out, make sure you get with a PGA professional or an expert custom fitter and use the right fitting equipment. Yeah. I mean, both aimed at the same market, but this Callaway seems to be coming up a little bit longer, certainly. Quite enjoying hitting this. It's going to come down to personal preference and looks. Really, that's forged. That's going to give you a little bit more control, I think, and a few extra yards. But also a proper in-depth review I'll do in the next few weeks on both of these two clubs. And really have a little look. That's 180. Really have a look at the nitty-gritty. Certainly, in my first impressions, they're both pretty hot. They both do what they both look good. They both feel okay. This didn't feel as good to me, but the M5 felt pretty hot. But yeah, like I said, keep watching the channel. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, as well, because I will be putting these to a much more in-depth test on the course and in the studio in the next few weeks. So, lots of new product around at the moment. The new this ball has been launched, new packaging. Ricky Fowler's playing the new TALORMADE TP5 ball in the grey, again, as I mentioned earlier, won over the weekend. So these products are all available in store here at St Anne's Link and down at Lytham Golf Academy. I mentioned I was going to give you a nice little tip today about releasing the club, and to do that I'm going to use this tennis racket now. Quite a lot of tour players, you might notice at the moment, are working on this sort of bowed left wrist position at the top of the backswing. Dustin Johnson certainly hits it from there. What it does, it presents the club in a more closed position. The wrist is a little bit more shut through impact, so they don't rely on a wrist release or wrist rotation because the angle of the wrist is already presenting the club square, and it involves a really big hip movement. Well, that's becoming quite current, and a lot of golfers are asking me about that move. However, if you do swing to the top of your backswing, you notice your wrist is a little bit cupped or straight, that's not a problem. During the downswing though, what happens to your wrist through impact? The reason I'm using a tennis racket helps to depict it here. We want that tennis racket to come in square and then rotate over. You see this forearm rotates. Now, people talk about a release. In my opinion, a release might be a flick of the wrist, and we don't want that when you're using an iron, certainly. To be honest, there's not many shots I'd recommend a flick, maybe if you're trying to really take the legs off the pitch, but even so, we're looking for a rotation, a forearm rotation. Now, to do that, get yourself a tennis racket or a book or a football if you like, and get yourself into this position here. So I've got the tennis racket pointed directly behind me. As I bring it through, at impact I want that tennis racket pointing directly down the target line, and after through impact, through to the waistline and follow through, I want that tennis racket pointing behind me. Can you see that? So the racket's coming in and then rotating over. That allows my forearm, my chest to rotate, but also gets the club in the more square position at impact, rather than really flicking your wrist. It's impossible to feel that rotation through impact when it's all happening at a split second. If you want me to go into a bit more detail with this, comment below and I'll get back to you, and if you've got any issues, by all means, message, let me know and I'll see if I can resolve them on the channel. Just a couple of things here from St Anne's Link. Saturday's competition went ahead in those treacherous conditions at Icy. We had two competitions on the front nine and the back nine. Congratulations to John Kilgore winning the front nine and Steve Grinley winning the back nine, both with 20 points. And two's been paid onto your account, so there was a rollover, I think, on the front nine as well, so that'll go on to the next competition. The course is open today. It's been great. We've had a bit of a thaw. It's in great shape. The greens are playing nicely despite last week's very, very cold and treacherous conditions. But congratulations to Greg and the team as they're preparing the course again through some challenging conditions. Yet we're ready for hopefully a very, very busy year. All that's left for me to say, thanks again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this week's news. By all means, click the like and subscribe button, share it around, make sure you comment below, and we will see you all very soon. Thanks again.